Please turn on your cams para I can check attendance. Okay, cameras on, everyone. Okay, so Jeff, morning.
Morning, Chef.
Morning. Si Cyrus daw is in area na walang net. And then I have Gemma. There, Eden. Eden, good morning. Eden. Eden. Okay, wala pa si Eden. Gemma. Not yet here. Mitzi.
Good morning, Chef.
Morning. Sophia.
Good morning, Chef.
Good morning. Leo.
Morning, Chef.
Morning. Jay.
Morning, Chef.
Morning. Keith.
Good morning, Chef.
Good morning. Sandra.
Good morning, Chef.
Morning. Jen.
Morning, Chef.
Morning. Glenn. Kanina nandito sa clip. Kathleen. Wala din. Eden, are you there? Yun. Okay, wala kang mic. Okay, so let everybody put your cameras down so that your faces can be seen para I can already take your screenshot. Okay, Eden and Sophia. Okay, Eden, pababa naman konti kasi kita ko lang yung eyes mo. Or, sige pa, konti pa. Nakita yung face para hindi tayo tanungin ng admin. Okay, alright, everybody look at their own cams. Hindi nag-click ko na. Wait. One more. Weird. Okay, one more. Cameras on. Okay. Alright. Okay, turn it off para pwede ko na rin patay itong light ko. Mainit. Alright. Okay, so good morning everyone. Okay. Today we will focus on hotel structure. We've been talking about the kitchen for the past months. So lahat kayo, you are all studying how to be part of the kitchen workforce. Okay, so let's now move naman to the other departments. Okay, so we need to understand the other departments para makita rin natin yung our place and our role in the whole hotel structure. Okay, we cannot remove the fact that we need to be working with a lot of people, a lot of departments when we start working in the hotel. Okay, so hindi naman laging kitchen lang yung nasa utak natin. We need to know our place, given the structure in a hotel. Okay, so the hotel structure, okay, so it's a medyo detailed plan, comprehensive plan by the owners, by the management, okay, to have a structure of parang it's a chain of command. Okay, It's also a chain of responsibilities. It's a structure where you can see the different duties and responsibilities, and pretty much a segment of where they report to. Okay, um, it's a way to maximize each position. Okay, similar to your food costing, everything is computed. So hindi na kayo add ng tao. Okay, you need to be able to manage these people, okay, in a hotel to run everything efficiently and to maximize profit. Meaning, if di ba during the start of the pandemic, a lot of these hotels and resorts had to lay off people, okay, because the demand for travel and tourism wasn't high. So they had a surplus in supplies, meaning surplus of staff. So they had to let them go. Okay. But now in the season where things are opening up again, hopefully it continues. Okay. Meron namang surge in China. Okay. So hopefully it doesn't happen in a lot of countries. Okay. Because of this opening up of tourism, travel, so we need to beef up again yung org structure, org staffing. Okay. Question is, without the org chart or without the organizational structure, without their job description, without the roles and delegations, um, it will be hard to identify how many you need per section, per department. So the org structure is there to ensure that you are not going over or not going under your said requirements. Okay. Before we go into the different departments covering a hotel structure, okay, there's a term that we need to cover: span of control. Okay, span of control is a term used to describe the chain of authority in a org structure. Okay, so a wide span, okay, requires each department reporting to a GM directly. Okay, so ibig sabihin yung GMO will have a wider scope of decision making. So he has control pretty much in all departments. You can see this in small to medium scale organizations or hotels. Okay, this wide span of control. Usually, you have the GM there on a daily basis, managing and pretty much deciding on everything. Okay, so he needs to cover a wider span of decisions. Okay, on the reverse naman, you have a narrow span of control. This is where yung delegation of authority is assigned.
Morning,
to,
sir.
Good morning, Clint. Okay, so it's assigned to your per department head. Okay, so there are times kasi that the GM is also handling multiple hotels. So hindi siya laging present. So these decision making control points are assigned to your department heads. Okay, so two types of span of control. You have your wide and your narrow. Okay, yung narrow, you usually see this in big big hotels. So you have your multiple layers or structures of decision makers. Okay, as handling each issue in the hotel. Okay, in any hotel or resort, okay, you will probably see different departments. Okay, so you can actually put it under two departments. You have two sections. You have your core or main departments, and then you have your secondary departments. These are not naman parang in terms of priorities. Okay, so these are in some hotels they concentrate on their core department. Okay, and then yung secondary department are these roles are assigned to your core departments. For example, you're in some small hotels, your marketing department is also placed under your rooms and reservations. So sila ang in charge to market the hotel, create a good image online. So minix na dun sa what's this? They mixed it na with the rooms department. Your engineering and facilities management, they're mixed with housekeeping, which is under rooms department. So, yung core mo are there just to they're just umbrellas. Okay. For large scale hotels, you can see a separation between your core and your secondary departments. So meaning you have a separate team just for the secondary department. Okay. Let's start first with your introduction to the different departments in a hotel. So these are just quick videos lang.
A hotel. Hotel is an establishment that offers paid lodging to a guest. Although the definition still remains the same, but in modern hotels, beside lodging, one can also enjoy other services like food and beverage services, swimming pool, business center, tennis or basketball court, gym, spa, laundry, banquet, childcare services, conference room, etc. The level of services offered may vary from low-priced hotel to upscale hotels, but in return of using these services, guest has to pay accordingly. The word hotel is taken from French word hotel, which means a building seeing frequent visitors and providing care. The English word hospital is also derived from the same word. When I scroll through many websites and articles, I also find acronyms of hotels such as Hospitality Organization Tourist Enjoyment of Lodge, Hospitality Organization Tourism Enjoy Life, House of Tourism Eating Living. But remember, none of the full form is given or accepted by any hotel or tourism organization. Hello friends, I am Naveen Chahal, welcomes you all on Hospitality Broadcast. Well, there are various departments to support smooth and efficient operation of each facility and services provided in a hotel. These departments are broadly categorized into two categories, the core or operational departments and secondary departments. The core departments are directly responsible for day-to-day operation, and these are front office, housekeeping, food and beverage service, and food and beverage production. But not only core departments, secondary departments also play a significant role to ensure the general administration of hotel. These are human resource department, account and finance, sales and marketing, security, engineering and maintenance, purchasing, receiving, and store. Each department has its specific task to perform the smooth functioning of hotel. Let's discuss about these in detail. Front office. It is the most visible department in a hotel. It is the first and last department came in contact with the guest. The front office staff welcomes the guest, handle their luggage, assign room key, prepare bill and coordinate for all services provided to guests during his stay in the hotel. Next department is housekeeping, which is responsible for cleaning and maintenance of all hotel areas, whether it's public area or back area. Except cleaning, it also takes care of laundry, pest control, horticulture, lost and found inside guest rooms. In some hotels, minibar supplies are also handled by senior room attendants. In a hotel, rooms are the major revenue generating resources. Front office and housekeeping are the two major departments who looks after hotel room. One issue room key and another clean and maintain the room standard. So it becomes very important to maintain an effective coordination between these two departments. For a large hotel, it becomes very complex and difficult to maintain this coordination, and for this reason a separate department is created, that is room division department. The room division department heads the front office and housekeeping. Next department is food and beverage production. This department is synonym of kitchen where food is prepared. Food production is a process of transforming raw material into a dish. It prepares food for all service areas such as restaurant, banquet, coffee shop, in-room dining, and even for staff canteen. The person who cooks food is known as chef. It comprises of main kitchen, soup section, pantry section, baking and confectionery section, pastry section, and vegetable section. The number and type of kitchen sections may vary from one property to another. The fourth department is food and beverage service. This department serves the food and beverage prepared in the kitchen department. There could be more than one service areas in a hotel. such as a restaurant, coffee shop, bar, lounge, banquet, pubs, days, in-room dining areas, or some specialty restaurants. The person who serves you food is called steward, and the supervisor of steward is known as captain. Steward take food order, serve the food, and collect the bill. Leaving a tip is always a good gesture. Well, this was the basic information about all four core departments in a hotel. We will discuss the secondary department in a hotel in the second part of this video. I hope you like this video. If you do, hit like button and don't forget to subscribe for Hospitality.
Okay, so some of you might ask, bakit iba-iba yung department? Bakit iba yung nasa video, iba yung for department of each one? In each hotel, you have a different set of structure. Okay, so some would put your wait staff, your captain waiters, your restaurant managers under F&B since they fall pretty much in the same umbrella. Some would put human resources as a secondary department. Some would make it an integral part of their core department kasi HR handles staff management, training. Okay, so these are accounting also in sales. Okay, so it differs from one hotel to another. Okay, so just to recap. Okay, so your rooms department, they handle, they cover your front desk, your housekeeping. Okay, so anything that is related to accommodation. Okay, for food, you have F&B. So kasama ang room service, food. You have your bar, restaurants, wait staff, dining staff, and kitchen. Human resources. Okay, we discussed it yesterday, HR and HR management. And then you have your accounting, okay, to do all of the numbers, okay, from sales to purchasing, okay. And then you have your sales and marketing, okay. So these are your core departments, okay. When we're talking about the org structure, okay, we usually find this type of graph, okay. This is your hotel organogram. Okay, this is your organizational chart. Okay, this is where you see all the positions listed, and then you can also see where they are connected, and then who their immediate supervisors will be. Okay, if they directly report to your GM, or they have a division manager or a department manager. Okay, it shows you the structure of that is followed in your establishment. Okay, in international chains, we have a more complex structure because some of these international chains would have a single general manager, and each hotel will have their own executive assistant or a VP, okay, that will manage per location. Okay, so this is a sample of a more complex hotel organization. You have your GM, executive secretary. Okay, some would have their board members. Okay, and then under you have the different key managers. Okay, so these are your department heads. Director for sales and marketing, you have your chief engineer, resident manager, you have your controller, human resources, and F&B director. Okay, your controller is connected to your accounting. Okay, so controlling pretty much all of the cash flow. Okay, and then under your resident manager, diba, kita na naman from the org chart, you have a middle management that reports to either the resident manager or the F&B director. But the F&B director does not report to the resident manager, but the F&B director reports directly to your GM. So makita niyo yung structure of, based on the org chart, who they are reporting to. So walang, in terms of hierarchy, you know who is superior, who you need to get your instructions from. But it doesn't mean that if the F&B director, if you can see here, the resident manager, controller, and F&B director are all in one line. It doesn't mean that they cannot work together. Na dapat lagi si GM ang nagde-decide. Okay? If they can figure out and fix their issues at their level, it doesn't need to go up the hierarchy. Okay, so going down, middle management, you have your front office manager, housekeeping manager, catering director, executive chef, restaurant manager, beverage manager, and then from the executive chef, you have your sous chef, stewards, banquet chef, administrative assistant. You have your, so ang daming yung pang departments under. Okay, so this is a sample of a relatively simple and slightly complex org structure. Okay, in the hotel org structure, okay, you can see clearly the authority, chain of command, the authority, responsibilities, and partly the duties of each department and its staff. Okay, kaya siya naka-segregate into sections so that everybody plays an important role. Well, may makalimutan na area. Okay? So for example, walang question, if you don't have an engineering department or facilities management department, hindi magiging question, sino ba ang in charge pag may nasirang water heater? Is it housekeeping? Is it front office? Okay? Siguro naman, hindi F&B. Okay, so may some questions na gano'n, or kunyari, if somebody orders, okay, in for room service, okay, who is in charge of delivering the food? Siyempre, F&B will cook it. Okay, but who's in charge of delivering it? Yung chef ba magde-deliver to the rooms? Okay, is it the most efficient way to do your procedures? Okay, yung ba yung pinaka-cost efficient? Okay, you have your chef running around the hotel just delivering food, or you assign it to a different department. For example,
Okay.
good. Let's wait for the others to follow na lang. Okay, so sorry for that technical glitch kanina. Okay, sabay nawala ng internet and nag-crash yung system. Okay, so to continue, so the org chart is there to create a balance and a hierarchy. Okay, so it is there to describe the authority, responsibilities, and duties of each staff member, where they report to, which department, and then where they are in the whole org structure. So para siyang it's a roadmap. Okay, each position in that organizational chart will have a job description. Okay, or in some HR qualifications, they use what they call a job specification. Okay, there's a difference between job description and job specification. Job description will describe to you what the responsibilities are and what are the qualifications in terms of educational and work experience qualifications is required for a person to actually be eligible for the job. Okay. A job specification will go one step or two steps deeper pa. It will identify the characteristics and traits and attitudes of that person that they're looking for. So, kunyari, a job description mo, kunyari, if you are front office, okay, in charge of booking, reservations, check-in, check-out of your guests. Okay, and then your minimum requirements is probably 1 year experience, and then in the hotel industry, and probably a college education. Okay, that's your job description. Okay, job specification. You include traits and characteristics. Should have a pleasing personality. Should be able to talk to guests. Should be able to handle stress. Should be able to handle guest complaints. Okay, should be able to talk fluently. Okay, in both English, has a second language. Okay, friendly, approachable. So these are things that you can see in job specifications. A lot of companies now are using the job specification more than your job description. Okay, they notice kasi na if they concentrate on the job description itself, there are a lot of skilled people, but they don't fit in terms of the characteristics that they're looking for that matches their hotel or their resort. Okay, that's why a lot of these HRs, a lot of these job openings would use a combination of your or a listing for job specification. So nandun na mismo yung characteristics that they're looking for. Friendly, approachable, can handle stress. Okay, so lahat yun nandun. Those are not things that you study, but it's more of your character and attitude. Okay, but in the org structure, each position will have its own job description. Okay, when you start working abroad or internationally, even in some local companies na foreigners ang nagmamanage. Okay, they're very specific in terms of job description. Okay, it sets the parameter of what you guys can do in your scope of work. In some foreign managed hotels and restaurants in the local scene, okay, you cannot go over what is listed in your job description. Okay, so kunyari, if you are assigned in pastry, sa atin kasi normal na, sige, if I'm done with my pastry, I can help out in other departments. That's normal. That's pretty much how we work. That parang gusto natin lagi may tinutulungan tayo. Iba, ay, nakakaaral ako ng ibang dishes, nakakaaral ako ng ibang departments. In some hotels, they see it as a negative. Kasi if you are crossing your boundaries, you're not following the protocol and you're not following your job description. Yes, it's a good thing that you are cross-training. Tumutulong na nga ako by learning another department outside of my own department. Okay. But for them kasi, you're not following the protocol in terms of chain of command. Okay. It's a good thing that you want, but if you want, you need to ask permission first from your superior if it's possible. If they say yes, then that's the only time that you can actually do the task. Okay. It happened in a resort that we were working with. Okay, so we were part of the kitchen. Okay, and then the front office system bugged down. So it was a computer tech problem. Okay, I was there. It was easy kasi I came from an IT background, but they said do not touch it. There are certain people in charge of that. If something bugs down and you are the last to touch it, you will be paying for more than the damage kasi you are crossing your boundary and it's not your jurisdiction. It's not your responsibility. Let them handle it. Let the IT people handle it. Okay? So, ang problem lang pala was a busted cable to the monitor kaya walang lumalabas. Easy fix lang. Just replace, diba? For us naman, madali lang. Tagalin mo lang from one end, remove it from the other end, and replace it with a new cable. Okay? So, it was a busted monitor cable straight to the outlet. So, wala lang siyang power. Okay? So, mabilis na. For us, simple lang. Bakit hihintayin ko pa iba? But in some international companies, if you are assigned in another country, okay, we need to be cautious about doing those things. If it's not part of our job description, okay, let the other person who is in charge of it do it. Okay? One, you're crossing boundaries. Second, you might create tension with the other department in charge. Nagmamagaling. Okay? May ganang attitude, especially for foreigners. Nagmamagaling, so you're better than me. So why not take my job? Okay? So if you can handle, hindi yung parang Pinoy, uy, salamat, thank you. Sa kanila, hindi. Why are you doing my job? Do you want me to quit? Do you want me to resign? May ganyang tension. Okay, I've experienced it already. Okay, so the job description and the org structure is very relevant. Okay, so you just need to work within your limits, your job description limits. So if ang job description of an intern is up to a point lang na ang lulutuin lang na are minor soups and sauces. Okay. If you want to cook something bigger, ask permission. Ask your executive chef or whoever is in charge of your department. Kunwari sa kitchen, ang ano mo is a CDP. Ask your CDP. If there's no CDP, ask your sous chef before you start cooking in another department. Okay? Yan ang lagi nagiging problema ng Filipino workers. Masyado tayo mabait, masyado tayo, sige ako nagagawa. In the foreign scene, it's not seen in the same light na very helpful. Okay? In some cases, in some cultures, they see it as you are belittling yung knowledge nung kabilang department. Mas marunong ka than them. Okay? So you need to be cautious. Okay? I've seen it in, not only in kitchen, not only hotel, also in IT. So laging ganyan. If you're talking to foreigners, just stay within your limits. Okay? Not all departments, not all hotels, not all resorts will have the same structure. Okay, some would have a very limited structure. Some would accept cross training in multiple departments. Some do not allow it. Okay, so it depends on what industry, what hotel, what chain, what organization you are lucky to enter. Okay, so make sure that you follow their protocol. Okay? Hindi yung sa kabila kasi pumapayag sila na ako rin yung gumagawa ng bread pastry ako. Okay? Iba-iba per hotel. Okay? So if you end up transferring, if you're going to another country, learn their system first before you push your old ways or old structure. Okay? So now let's go into each department. So departments natin, you have your rooms, F&B, human resources, accounting, and marketing. Okay, let's now first go to front desk. Sino yung first nakikita? So your front desk is your hotel's lifeline, meaning it's usually what connects all of the other departments to your guest. Okay. Sila yung merong first relation to the guest. So the guest would approach them for any of their needs. Their hotel phones are connected to the front office. So if they need food, they will call the front desk. They will order. If they need their rooms to be cleaned, they call the front desk. So in terms of hotel operation, yung front desk are the lifelines. They are the connecting nerves of your hotel. So yung guest mo would contact one person, and that person will delegate to the certain department. Oy, engineering, can you fix room 103's heater? Okay. Kitchen, room 10 ordered food. So sila yung parang nerve system of your hotel. Okay, so they're the front line, they're the lifeline. Okay, front desk, dito very specific sila on character. Okay, even if you are skilled, but if you don't possess that character of the embodiment of hospitality, creating relations, doing extra effort to make things as comfortable for your guests as possible, having a positive attitude. Even if you have perfected the skill, it will be hard for you to enter and stay in the front desk department. Okay? Your front desk department is another department that actually lahat naman ng departments, hindi lahat, majority of the departments in the hotel work on a 24/7 day shift. Okay? So your hotel front desk usually is divided by three schedules. You have your day shift. Day shift, they are in charge of checkouts. Okay, kasi most of the time, your checkout time is around 12 to 2 o'clock. Okay, that's your checkout time. So, from that period morning until before lunch, they are in charge for accepting reservations and then check-ins. But when 12 o'clock hits, their concentration focuses na on checkout, coordinating with housekeeping. Housekeeping, can you check room number 10 if meron kinuha sa bar, if meron silang kinain, if may nasira, if there's some breakages. Check all the equipment. If it's complete, yung mga nag-uuwi ng kung ano-ano, yung mga nag-uuwi ng kutsarita, uuwi ng sa amin in the resort, may nag-uwi ng kettle. Okay. So, inuwi nung yaya. Sabi, ay kala namin sa amin. Okay, so weird. Okay, uwi ng kettle. Okay, yung water kettle, yung talaga electric water kettle, inuwi. Okay, so yun yung pinaka-worst. Pero sa amin man, nasira nila yung TV kasi they were drinking the night before, tapos may nakahulog yung TV. So they have to pay for the TV. Okay, so front desk is in charge of coordinating with housekeeping. Housekeeping, make sure that everything that we set before the guest arrives are there and everything is working properly. When they leave, check the pantry, check the ref, check everything and make sure that everything is everything is complete. Okay? So, yan yung minsan pag dumadating kayo sa guest pa sa reception area, parang busy-busy nila. Okay? So, you need to understand their time schedule. Okay? The evening shift, okay, so the evening shift performs usually check-in kasi check-in yung comes in from 12 to 2 p.m. then yung standard time. So after 2 p.m. that's when a lot of or by 12 o'clock that's a lot of guests coming in. So evening shift, ang start of their shift is during check-in period. Okay, so they make sure that whoever is inside the hotel is comfortable. So they answer for all the requests, room service, housekeeping, facilities. So everything naman that they need throughout their stay is handled by your mid shift or evening shift. You also have your night shift. So these are the ones that cover yung operation at night. Pero hindi lang naman sila waiting for any request from guests. Hindi lang naman yung ginagawa nila. Wala rin naman nag-check-in at night. So the night shift covers pretty much all of the paperwork, okay, daily audits. They check all the at least yung they collect all of the receipts from all the different departments, di ba? And when you're staying in the hotel, you can just sign it na lang, sign it to my room, diba? Or your food, sign it to my room. Okay, room 10, sign it there. Okay, so at night they collect all of their receipts para pagdating ng day shift, everything is sorted out, and you just need to punch it out. And man, here's your bill. This is your room bill, plus your food bill, plus all the amenities that you've used, plus all of the breakages that we noticed in the room. So everything is sorted out. So this is a sample of how everything should run smoothly in one department. Okay, imagine if hindi pumasok yung panggabi nyo. Okay, so somebody will take over. Okay, it's either the extension of your mid shift na magiging overnighter, or your day shift will come in as early as 4 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay? So this should be a well and smooth running system all the time. Okay? So all the time, every day. Okay? So let's see how your front desk works. Minute. probably we can skip some clips na. Okay, let's move na to the next department. Housekeeping. So let's go to the second department, housekeeping. Okay, so housekeeping is an integral part of any resort or hotel. Okay, it's kasi everybody is this department is in charge of sanitation and cleanliness. Okay, pero it doesn't mean na since may housekeeping, di makalat na ako sa kitchen. Okay, most of the time your housekeeping is in charge lang of public spaces, so yung mga lobbies, hallways, okay, elevators, and yung rooms. Okay, so upon checkout, the housekeeping department will check everything if everything is working, and tidy it up, clean it up, change the beddings, change everything, vacuum, clean everything, so that the next guest can easily check in. Okay, so kasama din sa housekeeping responsibilities are your common areas. So, yung events area, your restaurants, yung mga hallways. Okay, so kasama yan sa things that they need to clean. Okay, minsan kasama pa ang outside gardens. Okay, so they have a daily cleaning schedule and a weekly schedule. Okay, in terms of housekeeping, they are also closely related or connected to the facilities management department. They need to check if everything is working before they release it to the guest. From water heaters to kettles to ref to aircon to their TVs, radios, so whatever is included in the room, they need to check it. So if there is a problem in certain rooms, they coordinate directly to your facilities management. Okay, kasama microwave, may mga microwave minsan. Okay, let's watch what happens in your front office, or not front office, your housekeeping.
We will slip into the operations, roles, and functioning of the housekeeping department in hotels. The housekeeping department in hotels is an operational department. It is responsible for the cleanliness and maintenance of the hotel, aesthetic keep-up of rooms, back area, public area, and nearby surroundings are done by them. This department makes sure that the guests have a desirable room. The desirability of the room has a direct bearing on the guest's experience at the hotel. Guest rooms have to be the best because they are the heart of a hotel. It is important to maintain cleanliness on a timely basis. Also, every nook and corner of the hotel should be kept fresh and attractive. No doubt, the Department of Housekeeping is an ancillary department. Its contribution is really huge to the overall reputation of the property. The roles and responsibilities of the housekeeping department decide the reputation of the hotel. A huge number of employees of any hotel work under the Department of Housekeeping. They are responsible for various jobs and the functioning of the hotel. To understand the roles and responsibilities of the housekeeping department, here are a few pointers which may help. Maintenance and cleanliness of all rooms and public areas. Preparation of the guest rooms in a timely manner. Being responsible for the turnarounds of the room. Maintaining the primary communications between the guest and the front office department. Updating the room status on a regular basis. Coordinating closely with the maintenance and the engineering department. Identifying the types of maintenance issues that may arise. Rectification and replacement of any type of issue that they encounter during the process of functioning. Services like laundry, food delivery, or any other small tasks which are required by the guests are fulfilled by them. The team of the housekeeping department serves as the backbone of the hotel. Major profits of the hotel are earned through the sale of rooms. But apart from it, the maintenance and cleanliness of the rooms are supremely important. The organization and functioning of the housekeeping department are headed by the Director of Housekeeping. There are various jobs and roles in the organization of the department. The executive housekeeper is responsible to maintain the reports and forward them to the general or resident manager. He or she also reports to the director of housekeeping. Also, the executive housekeeper is responsible to plan, counsel and brief the staff. Usually, they are provided with a glass-paneled cabin to keep the track of the functioning of the staff. The deputy housekeeper is the one who assists the executive housekeeper in various tasks. There are various areas of responsibility that need to be handled by the deputy housekeeper. Maintenance of the floor, desk control, public areas, the linen room, etc. are some of them. The linen room is a place where current linens are stored for issue and receipt. It is made sure that the room is airy and free from humidity. Adequate shelves are provided in order to stack all the linen. Also, it is made sure that the room has high security standards. These were some of the jobs and requirements of the functioning of the housekeeping department of hotels. Undeniably, they are the pillars on which the reputation of the hotel stands upon. That is all about the housekeeping department in hotels.
Okay, so housekeeping department is one of the most neglected departments in the hotel. So hindi siya glamorous kasi they're cleaning, they're working with dirt, and we don't even notice their presence when we are in the hotel. Okay, but it's one of the most integral parts of hotel operations. Okay, so now that you know, okay, kasi baka sabihin na bakit tayo nag-aaral housekeeping, now that you know how difficult their duties are, we included this so that you guys can also understand their point of view. Okay? That each one in the hotel has their responsibility, and sometimes it's not it's not as easy as it might seem. Okay, so next, so we're done with front office. We're done with your housekeeping. Now we go into your department. Okay, food and beverage. Okay, food and beverage. So alam naman natin ang food and beverage, but in any establishment, we've already discussed this. Okay, there are two separations for food and beverage. Okay, hindi siya food and beverage. Okay, separation. You have back of house. So the back of house responsibilities, okay, would include, okay, ordering, storing inventories, prepping ingredients, cooking, executing orders, okay, keeping the kitchen clean, tidy. So pretty much everything that happens behind the scene. Okay, in your class, in your hands-on. Okay, so may nag-hands-on kayo for a long time. Okay, you're only doing one of these tasks, cooking. Okay, you haven't prepping, say sabi natin, prepping ingredients and cooking, but you haven't handled inventory. You haven't handled order checking, receiving of items, storing, purchasing. Okay, so wala pa kayo ng mga ibang. Kaya sabi ko yung in terms of what you guys will be learning, it's just a stepping stone. Ang dami niyo pang kailangan alamin, which are part of the responsibilities of a typical back of house staff. Okay, so ang dami niyo pang kailangan i-cover. Okay, so cooking, what you're doing is just one of the things that you guys will be doing when you now enter in your professional kitchen. Okay, so you have your back of house. Okay, so let's do, alam na naman natin yung sa food and beverage, so we don't need to discuss much. Okay. So part of your food and beverage, okay, is your front, mga wait staff, okay. So your restaurant manager is in charge naman of your front of house. So since meron kang back of house, meron ka rin front of house. But serving is just one of the things that they do, okay. they are also in charge of the decors, the lighting, the music, temperature, gaano ba kalamig yung restaurant nyo, gaano ba kalamig yung area nyo. Okay? Cleanliness. Okay? So these are part of front of house operations. Okay? Hindi lang sila taking orders and serving food. Okay? So they need to make sure that their cutleries are clean, shiny, so wala silang watermarks. Same with their glasses, so everything should be spotless. Okay? So they also have their storing. They also make sure that walang kumukupit ng mga cutleries. Okay, so need to do their inventory. So dami ring nangyari in terms of front of house. Okay, so you have your back of house and front of house. What is important is the coordination and communication between these two. It's not only during events that you guys will need to talk to your front of house staff. On a daily basis, there will be daily briefings. Okay, so before the operation start, you will have a kitchen briefing. Ano ba yung meron tayo in the kitchen? What are the different dishes that you will be preparing? And then you have a different briefing that will include your wait staff. You need to give them instructions. Oh, guys, for servers, can you push your lobsters? Kasi 3 days na lang, I need to throw it out. So can you push as much lobsters today? We have a limited number of chicken. So muna chicken tayo, lobsters muna tayo. Let's do all seafood. So coordination and communication is a must on a daily basis. Hindi lang siya weekly, hindi lang siya every Monday. Daily yan. Before you start the operation, you sit down. What's our plan today? What are the things that we need to sell? What are the things that is out of stock? 86. What are the things that happened yesterday? Yesterday may nag-complain, masyado daw malambot yung pasta noodles. Kitchen, can you fix it? Can you make it more al dente? I got 5 complaints about the carbonara having no taste. Okay, so can you fix it in the kitchen? So every day you do that type of briefing. Okay, kasi every day there are things happening as part of operation. Okay? So let's see a general video lang of F&B.
Hello everyone. In this video, we will dig deeper into the food and beverage department in hotels. The Department of Food and Beverage is one of the most essential among all other departments. They are responsible for maintaining the quality of food and services. The team of food and beverages makes sure that restaurants are managed smoothly. Also, they are the ones who decide the type of food and beverages along with their costings. The food or beverages that are prepared in the kitchen has to be served at different places in a hotel. Some of them are restaurants, bars, guest rooms, etc. Hence, it is important to have high maintenance and efficiency of the department. They require a team who are experts in this field and know how to do their job correctly. This is one of the major concerns of all hotels. There are various crucial roles and responsibilities of the food and beverage department in a hotel. It holds vital importance for them to make sure that all of it is done. Proper functioning of the food outlets in a hotel. These may include restaurants, pubs, bars, guest rooms, lounge, banquets, etc. The production of food is looked after carefully. It is so because it is extremely important to produce high-quality food and beverages. They also have to make sure that they have the right tools and ingredients. It is their responsibility to get all the necessary stuffs from the shop. This has to be done with right measurements so that nothing is wasted in the process. Hygiene has to be the most vital part among all the other processes. It is super important for the food and beverages to be prepared in a hygienic environment. The taste and texture also depends on the hygiene conditions during the time of preparation. The updating of menus and including new ideas to the plate is also a task. They have to be updated about the type of food or cuisine that is preferred in the market. necessary changes in the theme and menu should be done for advancements. Revenue generation is a task which helps them get their returns. The costings of the food and beverages, along with its increase and decrease, is managed by them. Organization of any sort of events are done by them. Be it birthday parties, wedding, receptions, or an office event, they make sure that they produce and provide the food at the right time. The staffs who work under the food and beverages department are responsible for its functioning. Some of them are at very high posts in a hotel. The restaurant manager is responsible to look after the budget of food and beverages. They are the ones who implement the sales promotional activities. Also, they train the staffs and monitor the service standards. The maintenance of the stock records of the tools and ingredients are also done by them. The head waiter is responsible for bookings and updating it every now and then. They are the ones who reserve the tables and allocate them to particular stations. Guests are greeted by them on arrival and made seated by them. The station head waiter is responsible for the team of waiters. They are extremely knowledgeable when it comes to the taste of food and beverages. He or she guides the team and plans their functioning. Taking all orders and delivering at the right time is their essential job. The waiter is the one who acts according to the directions of the chef. Food and be done in an quality of food is a determining factor in a hotel's reputation. That was all about the food and beverage department. Do like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel.
Okay, so each one having their own role and duties and responsibilities. So proper coordination of your front and back of house is vital talaga in a smooth operation, day-to-day operation. Okay? Okay, let's cover more departments. Okay, under your housekeeping, you also have your room. Under your room departments, you have your facilities and engineering. Okay, so in any building naman, there's constant repair and ongoing work. So these are the ones in charge of this department, in charge of all the maintenance works in for you to be able to, hindi ka na pwede dumiretso sa maintenance of any hotel. Sabi mo, ay, pakiyan. You pass through your front desk, and your front desk being the lifeline of the hotel will direct it to the proper, they barely see, okay, in the hotel, but they're constantly operating behind everybody, behind the guest. Okay, so another department that's vital, okay, is your sales and marketing. They are the one in charge of making sure that the image and your communication outside of the hotel is done up properly. Okay, so this includes social media, websites, including some reservation and booking online, your PR, your events plans. Okay, so these are the ones, your marketing and sales department are the ones bringing in a lot of people, okay, in your establishment. Okay, so let's look at the other or the secondary departments of the hotel.
Hello friends, in the first part of this video we discuss about hotel and its core departments. If you have not seen that video yet, link is given in the description. Beside core departments, secondary departments also play very important role in smooth functioning of a hotel. So today we will discuss about these departments. Once again, I am Naveen Chahal, welcomes you all on Hospitality Broadcast. The first department is Human Resource Department. This department is responsible for hiring, firing, training, and managing welfare, check working conditions, reward them, and promotion. Some of the key activities are on your screen with incentive. Next department is Account and Finance. It monitors all the financial activities of a hotel. It looks after all the revenue, bonus received, and expenses made in any form. Many times the purchasing, receiving, and store departments are also part of Account and Finance. It procures funds for hotels, set up adequate internal control, handle internal and external audits, prepare financial statements, maintain liaison with banks. All the legal taxes are also handled by this department, but often this work is outsourced to tax accountants. Some of the other functions are on your screen. Responsible for generating the bill for the hotel. It markets the hotel product in the brand reputation.
Ah, ya po.